We are joined at this hour by five-time world chess champion Viswanathan Anand to talk about this very big moment in India's sporting history, a tournament of many firsts, Anand. And of course, India has the chances of making it to the podium. Thank you very much for being on the show with us. Anand, the event is happening in Asia after 30 years for the first time in India, and for the first time a torch relay is happening. Now, how does India stand to benefit from all the fanfare around the event?
It's very exciting. As you said, it's about this whole thing is about firsts. First Chess Olympiad in India, first Chess Olympiad in Tamil Nadu with record participation. More than about 185 countries are taking part. It's just so exciting, and it seems like this was the perfect moment as well. We have very, very good, evenly balanced teams. We have lots of enthusiasm. The chess audience has grown during the pandemic, so even the timing couldn't have worked better. And then the torch relay, sort of the icing on the cake. You know, it's a nice tradition to introduce into chess, again, because clearly the Olympic torch, and it's a very important and significant thing. And the relay will, I think, leave a lot of people with pleasant memories of the excitement to building up to the Olympiad.
Now, FIDE recognized India as the home of chess. How does that help Indian chess after all these years being recognized as the home of the sport?
I think it's a historical fact that most historians feel that chess originated in India. Obviously, these are not things you can prove, but the consensus seems to be that it's most likely home. And it's good that this is recognized, but in the end, it's something I knew already. Let's put it that way.
Well, can India now be called the powerhouse of chess? Almost 73 to 74 grandmasters in this country.
By some measures, yes. There are things like participation, especially junior age group participation. I mean, we bring our sheer numbers to it, and it's very, very popular amongst parents to get their kids involved in chess, and it's a very healthy thing. And by participation and so on, we are very, very big. There are other measures by which we have to catch up. But organizing the Olympiad is a fantastic way to start. I mean, this is one of the biggest events in chess that we were lacking, and now we're going to have it here. That will automatically bring us to one of the top of the organizing countries. And hopefully then we will have more tournaments, more big events, and eventually I hope more and more players in the top 10.
Vishy Anand, you returned to top 10 after 32 months, but what really kept you away from playing the Chess Olympiad?
I had already made up my mind not to play the Olympiad. I mean, I'm playing much less, and that was part of the decision I took, that I would play less, play a few events, but also start to do other things. So I have been working on my Anand, Westbridge Anand Academy. I have been dabbling in other areas, and that was just part of the plan. I felt that it's a more reasonable target for me nowadays. And I'm happy that in this reduced level of playing that I was able to have this very good result in Norway and get back to the top 10. But I'm sticking to the decision that I will not play official competition.
It's quite phenomenal. When we look at the field these days, the chess field is getting younger by the day. You are not the first to be above 50 in top 10, but do you think you could be one of the last players above 50 years of age to be in top 10 because of the way the field is getting younger by the day?
It's going to be a very rare achievement in the future. I mean, I wouldn't put a full stop to it, but it's going to be very hard. I think many players already in their mid-30s are wondering how long they can keep it going. So 40 is already the kind of new 50, if you want to say that. But when I was growing up, there were 70-year-olds playing at the top. And I believe all these computers and the the physical effort involved in playing chess, the sheer physical effort, studying so many games, remembering so many things, being able to playing more and more formats, all that is pushing it heavily in the other direction in terms of age.
You are mentoring the Indian players who will be participating in the Olympiad. Tell us about the 20 players who will be in the field, their chances of winning medals from this Olympiad.
Yes, so we have our A and B teams. So a host country gets 2 teams. But then I think if we have an odd number of teams worldwide, then we get to field an extra team to make it even so that all the pairings can happen. So I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but we have the possibility to have 3 full teams. Same for the women. And what is nice is that we didn't have to create a special category called juniors or something like that. The juniors made it on ranking into the top 2 teams. So we have, I think, 5 and 5 roughly in the top 2 teams. Players below the age of 20 and players above, which is a nice kind of symmetry there. And I hope this will also be a big breakthrough for our women, because it gives many of them an extra chance, another 4 or 5 to participate in the second team, and a few more hopefully in the third team. It's a big stage, big opportunity, and it could only have happened because it's happening in India. So I'm hoping that both our men and women shine this time.
Now, Anand, I'll have to ask you about one special player, Pragya. He's the 3rd Indian to have beaten Magnus Carlsen. With the way he has evolved, do you see him as the next Viswanathan Anand from India?
He's had a spectacular year. Basically what happened is that he impressed with his performance in online events, and therefore he got invited into the Carlsen Tour. And what that has done is that he was expected to be one of the participants producing a good result. But in fact, he qualified for the knockout stage and went all the way to the final, where he lost a very narrow match against Ding from China. But what was even more impressive is that he was threatening everyone. He could have beaten Ding and actually won the tournament. So people stopped seeing him as a junior and see him as someone who is now able to take on the best. And the effect it has had on him is he no longer feels that everything he does is a surprise. He feels this is how it should be. And I think that confidence is coming to him. Now, you'll still have to work very hard to do this, but that confidence helps, because knowing that believing something is possible is the big thing. And he's done phenomenally in this. He has beaten Carlsen twice, which is again something very few people have done. He's beaten him twice in this tour. He had a sensational performance, and now he's participating in the whole tour. So he gets to play the top 8 players in the world month after month after month. And in fact, right after the Olympiad, he'll be traveling to Miami for a tournament, again with the world's top. So a lot of doors are open for him, and it must be a very exciting time for him. But he's grown as a player, and I'm very excited about his prospects.
It's fabulous to see how uninhibited he is, given that he's so young. Now, coming back to the field for the Chess Olympiad, 20 players from India, your prediction for medals?
We have a good balanced team, like I said. Only the US team outranks India and, by the way, every other team in the world. So the US team is a ranking favorite on every single board. But leaving that aside, we are competitive against every team in the world. And I see no reason why we cannot win 1 or even 2 medals. But nothing assured. I mean, the Olympiad will be played day to day, and thanks to certain other trends, like the use of computers in preparation, there are even teams that are lower ranked than us, we're not going to blow away. So it will take a lot of effort and motivation, but I think these are the 2 most motivated Indian teams in a long time. So the conditions are perfect, and I'm optimistic.
Well, it's a very interesting point that you make. The computers have made the games between the higher ranked and the lower ranked teams very, very close in this upcoming Chess Olympiad. We'll of course keep we'll keep looking forward to that tournament. For the first time, it is happening in India. It is a tournament of many firsts. Thank you very much, Viswanathan Anand, for joining us on the broadcast.